Welcome to Can I? In today's video, I will be talking about doers and drifters. Welcome. I hope you enjoy it. There are two types of people, doers and drifters. And at a certain point in time in our lives, we can be both, or we can choose to be one. The main point is, drifters are always complaining about everything. Today is the economy, tomorrow will be my boss, the next day will be the president, policies, and things like that. Whereas doers acknowledge the situation, but most importantly, doers focus on how to get out of that hole. Because, this is a reasonable thing. If you're digging a hole, you gotta stop digging and acknowledge the situation and understand that you need to get out of that and start things over if you have to. Which group do you think you fit in? That's the most important. Because trying to ignore what is going on with you and everything around you is the stupidest thing that you can ever do, and pretend that nothing is going on. One of the main things that I always do is I sit down and try to see the whole picture. I do not pretend that nothing is going on. Without acknowledging the situation, it's like the alcoholic who doesn't know he's an alcoholic. Main characteristics of drifters. As I said previously, they complain about everything. The main thing is that they're always trying to find somebody to blame. That is, oh, it's because of my husband, it's because of my wife, it's because of my boyfriend, it's because of my girlfriend, because of my sister, because of my brother, because of somebody. They're always trying to blame somebody. Instead of thinking deep inside, they know it's because of their own fault, but they are trying to ignore that. Therefore, they become oblivious of their own ignorance, of the wonderful opportunities that life is offering us every single day. The fact that we can wake up in the morning, having the opportunity to have breakfast, to have lunch, and so many other things which are minimum. That's why it is very important to seriously learn not to take things for granted. Okay, you have the opportunity to have all these basic things. Okay, let's go to the next level. And this is why it is very interesting that I will guide you through that process. Okay, because I come from having almost nothing to having something, and now in the discovery of my true self, I have learned how to live happily regardless of anything, the economy, regardless of personal problems, because I'm also a human being, and saying that, oh, I have a perfect life, yes, oh my God, live happily ever after. No, that's for fairy tales. Instead, I will be sharing practical things. And here's an example that I'm a regular human being, and above all, what I'm sharing with you has made my life better, not only for me, but also for my kids, my wife, and those around who choose to be inspired and motivated by my thoughts and ideas and experiences that I'm sharing with the world through these videos.
Hi. Yes.
Are you happy today?
Yeah.
That's good. Blow a kiss. Say bye-bye.
No. Bye.
Characteristics of doers. Doers are always trying to find ways to improve themselves. They do try very hard to become a better version of themselves each and every day. So you see, as I said before, they're always thinking of ways of doing things better instead of just complaining about how bad things might be, all right? Because they do understand that there are certain things that we cannot control. But what we can certainly control is the way we react to those things. These are the kind of people that when there is a problem, they do not sit down and blame the universe or God or somebody else. Doers are always trying to understand and acknowledge the situation. Great, I made a mistake. What can I do to make up for that? That's one of the most difficult things, to understand that you did something wrong. But it is kind of difficult not to make mistakes. Doers are unstoppable. their level of energy is amazing. Yeah, it's just like you feel that. If you are trying to get to the next level, you will be inspired and you will feel like, hey, that's the kind of person I want to talk to. If you are below the developing line, where you are still a drifter, you will feel uncomfortable around them. Most of the time that will happen. When I hear somebody saying, oh my God, do you see how that person is acting? Do you see what he or she is saying, pretending this and that? Those are drifters. I spot them immediately. Why? Because they feel uncomfortable given the fact they're still struggling. And that is absolutely understandable. What is not acceptable is if they start behaving in a manner that is not comfortable. I want to wrap up this video today by telling you that it is very important to identify in which group you're located at the moment. It's just now, because that is a condition that can change. But what it takes is the personal effort. I'm not here to debate what I'm saying. I'm here to share with you because it has worked for me and it has worked for many of the people I have shared it with already. I really hope you have learned something useful today. If you like this video, I really appreciate it if you subscribe and please share it. The world needs to know this. And remember, if you have the question, can I? It means that you are trying to find a way to do something. And I'm telling you, if I could and if I can, you can also make a difference in your life and the lives of those around you. Thanks for watching. See you next week.